Chapter 4. Halfway to Newarre. It was late afternoon when Kote the wagoner reached the edge of Newarre. The sun was dipping low, spilling amber light across the hills and stubble fields. His horse was limping, exhausted, and Kote's face was pale beneath the layer of road dust. He kept glancing backward down the road, afraid of what might be following. By the time he reached the Waystone Inn, a faint breeze carried the smell of autumn hay and wood smoke. He stumbled down from the cart, his boots hitting the dirt unevenly. When he pushed through the inn's door, a small bell above the frame rang, and that sound broke the calm like glass. Inside, old cob Jake, Shep and the boy sat gathered near the hearth, deep in their nightly talk of Taborlin the Great and the Chandrian. The warmth of the fire painted their faces gold and red. Laughter hung in the air until Kote entered. The laughter died instantly. His clothes were torn, his arm was bleeding, his hands shook as if from cold. But it wasn't cold outside. Everyone saw the fear in his eyes. It was raw and real. Jake was the first to stand. "God's body, Kote! What happened to you?" Kote just stared at him for a moment as though words were caught in his throat. Then he sank into the nearest chair, voice trembling. "They're dead. All of them. Every one." The room went still. Even the fire seemed to dim. Old Cobb was the first to move, setting his mug down with a soft clink. "Dead?" he asked carefully. "Who's dead, Kote?" Kote swallowed hard. "The road crew, out by the old bridge. We were fixing the wagon trail and something came out of the woods." "What was it? Bandits?" Jake pressed. Kote shook his head. "No, it weren't bandits. Not men. Something else." He tried to drink, but his hands shook too badly. Kote, who had been silently watching from behind the bar, came forward. His face was unreadable, his voice calm and low. "Take it slow," he said, sliding a mug toward Kote. "Tell us what you saw." Kote nodded, staring into the mug like it might steady him. "It was quiet, too quiet. Then the horses started to scream. We thought maybe wolves, but there weren't no howling, just this smell, like burned iron." At that word, burned iron, Kote froze. For the first time, something flickered in his eyes. Not fear, recognition. Kote went on, voice thin. "I ran. I shouldn't have, but I did. When I came back, there weren't nothing left. Just black marks on the ground and pieces." The boy whimpered softly. Shep crossed himself. Old Cobb muttered a prayer to Telu. But Kote only stood still, utterly still, like a man carved from the same dark wood as the bar behind him. Finally, he said, "Where exactly did this happen?" "Halfway to Newarre," Kote whispered. "By the old stone bridge." The silence stretched long. Then Kote nodded, slow and grave. "You did right coming here." No one noticed how pale Kote had gone, or how tightly his hand clenched around the bar's edge. But Bast, watching from the shadows, did notice, and his eyes were full of dread. The night outside thickened, and for the first time the Waystone Inn, always warm, always bright, felt cold.